From the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, the heat stays on across the area. This ridge of high pressure is just going to vacillate a little bit in the days ahead. Some days we might be below 100. Other days we're going to be over 100, but the bottom line near 100 or better in the days ahead. So let's take a look at this upper level pattern. And the ridge is a little bit stronger today, slightly drier air moving into the region. So not as much in the way of prospects of late afternoon, early evening storms, but we're seeing evidence of a few isolated showers, weak high pressure across the Gulf of Mexico. And as we scan the regional Doppler radars, boy, you don't see a whole lot going on. And we'll bring it into Power Doppler 3 where we have a little bit more in the wave high resolution. We are picking up a few showers right here. This is not, you might see some sprinkles right here, but this is actually a sea breeze front working its way northward where you're getting southerly winds. Elsewhere north of this boundary, it's been light and variable. That's why we got to 100, 101 degrees this afternoon. Now, tomorrow afternoon, maybe an onset of a sea breeze right around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So that may hold us below 100, and we'll have a few more showers on the radar as compared to what we have this afternoon. We are spying on, it's a little tiny shower here by Prudhoe across portions of western St. Landry and northern Acadia Parish, and another sprinkle or two around the Eunice area. Best looking shower that we're seeing this afternoon over towards St. Francisville. And like the last couple of days, any storms that we see can produce a strong microburst or downburst winds. We're going to talk more about that and invoke some augmented reality coming up tonight at 10 as time permits. So as we look at the big picture moving into tomorrow, an excessive heat warning again for Wednesday. Heat index between 113 and 118. So I'd get as high as 118 for 5 minutes in Lafayette this afternoon. As for the tropics, not a whole lot going on across the Gulf. There's a broad upper level low here, but we're not expecting any developments. It's pretty quiet across the Atlantic basin. We're going to keep an eye on tropical waves coming off the African coast. There are hints that the next wave or two down the line could make it all the way across the Atlantic and maybe toward the Gulf, and maybe a tropical wave in 2 weeks. But 2 weeks from now, you can't hang your hat on that, but we'll keep an eye on things. In the near term, this tropical disturbance out in the Atlantic, not looking that tropical, and the odds have been decreasing of this developing. Even if it were to develop, it would move north and away from the U.S. So as we take a look at our weather map tonight, temperatures holding near 80, generally fair skies, full sturgeon moon out there, and it's a super moon, and there's going to be another super moon later this month, so a blue super moon later in the month. So look forward to that. A few widely scattered showers, thunder showers tomorrow afternoon. Notice the temperature flirting right with 100, but we might have a few more clouds and a few more storms that come in late afternoon, early evening hours for tomorrow. So that's why we'll temper our temperature to 99. Got to try to be positive about it. And then back into the upper 90s to near 100 again for your Thursday. These are the highs forecast for tomorrow between 98 and 100, but 102, Leesville, Alexandria. You can see there might be a storm or two where you see those orange shades. They're taking away some of the pink. Upper 90s, 98 to 99 across the I-10 corridor, and pretty much mid to upper 90s across many of the areas. And again, modeled suggesting maybe a few more clouds and maybe a shower or two over the southeastern parishes of Acadiana. But this is the bad news. Whether it's 99 or 102, our heat index is going to be way up there. But notice how it drops off a little bit here. This is an indication that the model thinks there might be some thunderstorm clouds in the area right around this time tomorrow afternoon. And that's kind of how we cull some of the information that we see. Usually it's there to tell you what's going on. You just got to find it sometimes. So a full sturgeon supermoon out there tonight. Generally fair skies later on. It's certainly going to be warm and humid. 80 the low. That's a little bit below the record low. And tomorrow the record's 102, so we should miss that. How about 99 for a high? But unfortunately, that heat index still up there at about 113, 118, and then maybe a few dark clouds nearby as we round out the day. Temperature-wise, we'll say near record heat continuing into the weekend. Triple-digit heat or the threat of it at least through Monday. Hopefully, as we head into next week, maybe a better chance of scattered afternoon storms with our daytime highs cooling to 97 to 98 degrees instead of 99 to 101.
Yeah, more 90s on there at least today.
You know, it's a process.
Hopefully it holds up.
Fall is about 6 weeks away, so let's just
not that we're counting.
Yeah, we are. It's about 7 weeks away, but can't come soon enough.
Sure.